I believe many of you know the story of Joseph, how his brothers were very jealous of him, sold him. He wound up working for Potiphar, which was the chief of the Egyptian guards, was proven to be very helpful, very knowledgeable, but later was accused of trying to sleep with Potiphar's wife, placed in prison, spent several years in prison, interpreted dreams of the baker and the cupbearer. Years later, the cupbearer remembered that Joseph was in jail and had ability to translate, interpret dreams, and recommended him for Pharaoh, who was having these nightmares, these dreams, and no one was able to interpret it. So they get Joseph, he interprets the dreams, told him what it's all about, saves Egypt, winds up getting back with his family again, forgiving his brothers, saving them, bringing them to Egypt, and everybody's happy. So we think. Later, Jacob dies. And now the brothers are thinking, wow, now that Jacob's dead, maybe Joseph will finally come against us now. They were thinking that the only reason that Joseph did not take revenge on his brothers was because of Jacob, the father. But now that Jacob's dead, they were real concerned now. And so they're trying to figure out what to do next. And so they come to Joseph and let him know that they were now his slaves. But Joseph replied, "Don't be afraid of me. Am I God that I can punish you? You intended to harm me, but God intended it all for good." How many times have you faced a but God situation? You're looking at your health and listening to what the doctors are saying, but God provided a different solution. You're looking at your marriage and you think it's all over, but God finds a way to bring you together. You're looking at your children and wondering what's going on with them and all the things that are happening on social media, but God comes in and helps the family work through those particular issues. It's always amazing to me how God has a way of just coming in and providing all the help, all the knowledge, all the understanding that we need to get through whatever we're going through, to realize that He's there and His very presence in our lives makes all the difference in the world. You get that diagnosis, but God. You find out our situation with the job, but God. Every time that God is intervening and working these things for our good. And sometimes it doesn't look that way. It looks very hard. It looks difficult. But God has a way of making it all right. But we have to have faith and trust in Him, knowing that He is doing it because of the great power, the all-knowledge power, the omnipotent and omniscient power that He has. He's sovereign, but He's a loving God. He's a caring God. He's a faithful God. And He knows everything. So the next time you are troubled with what's going on in your heart and mind, next time you look at an obstacle or a mountain that comes your way, remember, but God intended it all for good. He intended it all for His purpose. He intended it all for His glory. And you and I will benefit greatly because of the great God that He is. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.